to What About Design. This is a new episode of our podcast. This is Maria Cernat, your host, and with me, as usual, our designer Frank Myung. Thanks for being here with us.
Hello, it is always a pleasure to be with you.
So today we are going to learn something practical, how to make something appear like a sphere in Photoshop, and Frank is going to show us exactly how to do that.
Okay, in our previous video, Maria, you showed me something that is much more complex. It was a guy who showed us how to create a sphere and how to react to light and how to obtain something like a metallic surface. To tell you honestly, we don't use that because it's very time consuming. We use stocks, like already ready to use spheres. We use plugins, or also we use filters. It depends on how much money do you have, how big is the project, because if the bigger is the project, the bigger the automation should be, because it's a practical stuff. The time counts, right? So if you want to make a simple selection, simple solution for a perfect sphere, and in a very small amount of time, like 3 to 5 minutes, just create new image which is exactly square, like 500 to 500, or in my case right now here is I will show you 1080 to 1080. This is actually the exact format of Instagram.
Good to know.
Yeah, exactly, good to know. So and if you want to find the perfect middle of this picture, like to draw guideline to the middle of the picture, we just the simplest way is to create from that background, to unlock it and to create a simple layer. Just double click on it and it will create itself, and to select it with the move tool. To do this, just click Command T or Control T. That means transform. So that's for T, and then just drag a simple guide here and a simple guide here. Oh my God, it's not visible. What happened? So there is a shortcut for guides. Of course, you can go here, like View and Show Guides. So we use this combination, like Command and this 2 dots, and we will hide it, and we can show it by clicking on this combination. I mean the guidelines. So we have this cross in the middle, so that means that the exact middle of our image is here. And what we can do, we can hold the Alt key on, and we can expand our selection. So it will start from the middle of the image, but since we are not holding the Shift, this ellipse is not a circle, it's not a perfect circle. To make a perfect circle, just hold the Shift and you will have the perfect circle. So holding the Shift, holding the Alt together with the key in the mouse, and we will have a circle. Okay, so now I'm releasing it and I have circle. And the easiest way to make something that looks like a sphere is to make, of course, a gradient. So we used our gradient tool, and we can start somewhere here, not in the middle, but somewhere here. So because this will be the illusion of the source of light. So if we drag like approximately 45 degree of a line with the gradient tool, and we hold the key and the Shift tool. If we hold the Shift tool, the Shift will give us the exact 45 degree. So the Shift is actually something that is, making the approximation. So it always holds the vertical line, it always holds the horizontal line, it holds also the exact 45 degrees in any direction, and it holds the initial form of the selection. So it is a very important, key, the Shift key actually in Photoshop. So when we release that, we will have something like that, because the first color of our gradient is yellow. If we swap it like this, we will get something like that, which is something, you know, very similar to sphere, right?
Yes, because it creates an illusion, even it's a 2D image, but it looks 3D. It looks three-dimensional.
Exactly, and if we put here some shadow, it will look exactly like a 3D. So okay, so the next thing I want to show you is this image. This is Bucharest, your city, and I want to create an orb. We'll create another layer because I want to preserve this layer, which is under the background. And I want to create a perfect rectangular selection. And this is more or less the middle. Of course, I can start from the middle, from the exact middle, doing the exact same thing, you know, like to find the middle, right? With the
guidelines.
Yeah, with the guidelines and with the transform tool. And now I can start my square selection from the middle also, just to be sure that this is the exact middle of the image. And because I'm on the second layer, so I'm sure that it won't, this what I will do right now will not affect the layer 0, which is, you know, the background layer. So I'm going here and I'm using this group, which is a distort group of filters. There are a lot of filters here. Maybe I will tell about them some another time, but what I want to show here is the spherize filter. So what will this do? Don't worry if this window will not show you exactly what happened, but I can zoom out the monitor view so that we can see how big is the effect, what is the difference, right? And of course, you know, if you see, it creates illusion of a circle. Actually, our job is already done. I mean, more or less, but it could go in the another direction. It could create something like that. You know, like the first was a magnifying glass, and this one is the opposite. You know, the glass that makes the image smaller. So we want to use, I want to use the magnifying glass and to apply it here. And we have already something like is, there is a magnifying glass, like there is an orb that is in front of our eyes. And to make things look much better, I would use already prepared orb. So now I have already prepared sphere image, like only the shadows, the shades of the image, and I can apply this here, on this our Bucharest image, and I can align it to this our sphere. If I want this to be perfect, I can use the multiply mode, and I will see where the edges go. You see? So. And of course, I can start from the, use the Alt key and start from the middle. And, this, what I have is okay. I mean, it looks almost okay. And I can use this mode, which is soft light, to blend this image. It's called a blend mode here on the layers. And this image, starts to look like more like a real sphere, a real orb that is in front of our eyes. And of course, we can, actually can turn it upside down if we like this. It depends what kind of artistic expression you want to obtain. So, do you like this? Do you like it this way or the other way around?
The other way around.
Okay, cool. So I will go back. And of course, we can type something. So let me type, welcome to Bucharest. Okay. And now, doesn't matter the color, doesn't matter the image. Of course, I will duplicate that because I want to hold this editable. So that means that if I duplicate this layer and when I, hide it from the view, I will have it editable. So anytime I can go back here and change the type, right? And I want to make, you know, raster image, not to hold it as a type. So I'm just going to rasterize type. But this is the same thing, but only rasterized. So that means that there is no longer, you know, type characters in there. This is a simple, you know, pixel layer. So that, you know, this was a layer generated by the text layer, and I cannot edit it no longer because it's a pixel layer.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot edit it. I cannot type over something new on this layer anymore. So it's, you know, rendered, and this is finito. This is end, the end. But I want to curve this layer the same way I curved the image of Bucharest. And for that, I don't need to go again filter and to go to the group of filters, you know, and to the store filter. I can use only that because, you know, Photoshop remembers the last filter you used. So I can type only, you see it here, it's fair eyes, you know, that means Command and F, but it could be on PC Control and F. So I can type Control and F, and it will, you see?
This is so nice.
It will make already the thing that made with the previous one, and it will have the exact parameters. So this is very important, that you want to create something like 10 images the same way or 20 images the same way. You can always go back to this filter, and you can apply this filter to every image with the same, you know, same parameters like it was before. And, you know, being here, we can use, of course, this, what I showed you the last time. We can use, you know, the level and emboss. This is some imitation of the 3D that will increase the readability of your text. You see, we can do something like that. We can do something like that. Actually, I, in the initial test, because I know I was testing this before we started recording, I created something like that. Let me show you. Let me go back a bit. So, which is important actually. I want to make the Romanian flag on this, Welcome to Bucharest, right? I mean, my initial idea is to create the Romanian flag or something that is similar to the Romanian flag. And what I will do, I will take, the yellow is in the middle, right? Okay, let me check the yellow. So I will make a selection like that, which will go to the middle, in the middle of the two lines of the image. And okay, how to make this applicable to the letters? Actually, I can make from that exact selection of the letters by going here, clicking on this icon, and I'm using the I'm holding the Alt key, the Shift key, and the Command key. And you see there is a little X next to the cursor. I don't know, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
When I click this one here, like that, you see what happened? It selected only the text, I mean the things that are visible, that are non-transparent in this layer, in this square, initial square that I started the selection with. So when I go to the right side, left side, I will use the blue color, right? For the Romanian flag. And I will do the same thing. I will again click the Alt key, the Shift key, and the Command key or the Control key. Okay, I will have this selection, I'm sorry. And I will click like that. And then I will go here for the red color. Okay, and I will make the red color here. It's a bit darker, isn't it? Like that, right?
Yes, something like that.
Okay, so we have the flag colors. And we can do actually repeat now the filter because we don't use any filter before, you know, the last one. I mean, after the last one, so it remembers the last photo. So we can do that, and we will have again curved like before. It's too big. Of course, it could stay that way, you know, in front of the glass sphere, in front of the orb. It depends on what do you want to achieve as an effect. But I want to be a bit smaller and to be behind the glass. Okay, so in order to, to put it behind the glass, I can put it here below this layer. So it will have some, illusion that is in the orb.
It is in the sphere.
In the sphere, yeah. So I will have this, of course, again, my favorite, tools for creating visibility. This one is a bit kitschy, but I like this one. It's more like, visible. Okay. And of course, I can manipulate this in different ways. For example, I can double the layer, and I can make react more to like clicking here, multiply, it will become darker. I can change the opacity so it will be more like transparent, like so. Just wait for a second to see.
Oh, this looks nice.
It depends what do you need to, what is the main goal of creating, image like that. So I want to do something like this. I will click all layers of this image. I don't see, can you see that? And I will go just like here. I mean, with the right key of the mouse, I'm going to convert to smart objects. So it converts our layer to only one layer. And why is this useful? Because, for example, I have this dream to make a vignette. This is something created optically by the lenses of a photo camera. And sometimes it could be nice effect because it concentrates your your view field on an object that you want to concentrate your attention on. So I will use my favorite camera raw filter. I have a lot of favorite things in Photoshop, right? Okay, so now I'm going here. Just wait for a bit because, okay. Because this image is quite big actually, it's 4,000 pixels horizontally. It's, to be honest, it's ready for print. Okay, so I already, I mean, this was the basic. It was the thing I will show you, I showed you the last time. We can, of course, manipulate it. We can make it more contrast. We can exposure it more or less. Everything is possible. It depends what do you want to obtain, like an effect. But I want to show you this effect range. Of course, we can add grain. Like last time I told you about film grain. I'm not sure it will be that visible here because the resolution of the image is very big. So I have to go, much to the right side. But the grain is here, be sure. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can see it now. Yes.
Because, it depends. If the resolution is smaller, the grain will appear immediately. So it depends on the resolution. It depends on how many pixels are involved in the image. And that's for, it needs to calculate it more. I mean, more pixels for bigger resolution, for more pixels in the image. Okay, so this is the vignette. This is the simplest vignette, actually. So when I go here to the left, it will become darker. When I go here to the right, it will become lighter. And if you see old photographs or old films, it was widely used in the 20s and the 30s and in the beginning of the century, this vignette effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Old photographs, old photographies were always like that, like using, this effect, right? Can you see it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I will go to the extreme like this, but it doesn't mean that, that you have to do the same thing. So, and we have something like that. And we can, of course, always switch it off or to put it on. And you can, save this image as a Photoshop file, which will preserve all of the layers that we have. I mean, in this image, it will be bigger file, but it will have everything like, Photoshop file. And you can always save it as a JPEG file that it will be ready to use for, internet. You can use it in all other formats. But the most important thing is that I wanted to show you here is, for example, I don't like that this, type, this welcome to Bucharest sign is too transparent. Let's go back. Let's make it more, visible. So I just type here, double click on this icon because it's a smart tool. Actually, this icon here is showing you that it means that this is a complex layer that could be edited, but it is editable. If we double click on it, we will see this our layers that we created before. And if I go here, I can make this more visible, like I will go to the 100%, right? And this our welcome to Bucharest sign, text, is becoming more visible. And you see, this is the original, the last image that we created. And this, the next image, is PSB is actually a Photoshop billboard. That was the short name, PSB. That means Photoshop billboard. And this is an image that is plugged into another image, into another document, and can be editable. So this is the the thing that can be edited, and this is the final image. And in order to see the changes that I made in the other image, in the layers that are involved here in this smart layer, I will just go back here and I will click Control S or Command S. Okay, let's wait for a bit to see it's saving. Okay, and then when we go back to the image that we used to see, it's already done. On 100% visibility. So this is a very simple, lesson. It's not something very, very special. And of course, you can always, change the visibility of the vignette. It's something like a lens that is in the center of your image, and you can change the opacity of the light or the intensity of the light of this lens, if you know what I mean. Okay, just let this work for a bit. Okay, and this is
Thanks so much. I hope the viewers find it interesting, and I can't wait to work with my students during the seminars, and I will give them exactly this exercise. So let us hope they manage to do it. This was our practical lesson. Thanks very much, Frank, for being here with us, and we hope to see you all on another episode of our podcast. And thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, and welcome again.